again today for another Sketch to Scrap Saturday video. So for today I've got this sketch for you. As you can see, I'm going back to 12 by 12. I really like the 8.5 times 11, but I just kind of want to, change it up a little bit. And so this is a sketch. It contains one 4x6 photo, so I'm going back to a bigger photo. And I printed a photo with, say, a bit of a border as well, and some journaling will go on the left side underneath the title, and then there's a bit of a cluster of embellishments on the left of the photo, top left of the photo as well. So let's get started. So for this sketch, for this page, I'm going to be using the Hip Kit Club's scrapbook kit from August 2016, as well as a bunch of products from Hollywood Story Kits and Story Stamp. So my first thing is to cut up a pattern paper, which I've chosen from the Hip Kit Club's August 2016 kit, and this particular pattern paper is actually from Amy Tangerine's Oh Happy Life line. It's actually called Yes Please, and it's beautiful. I love the pink and the red and the yellow and the orange. I love how orange and red just don't seem to go together most of the time, but when you put this together this way, it just looks awesome. And yeah, I really love her line, this line. It's the orange, the pink, the colourful. It's just so colourful. So I am just kind of roughing up the edge of that pattern paper. I'm also going to be adding another strip of pattern paper which I've already pre-cut. And that one is also that blue one there, which is also from the Hip Kit Club's August 2016 kit as well. And it is an Amy Tangerine's Oh Happy Life pattern paper. I believe that one is actually called Happy. And now I am just kind of going through a bunch of pattern paper that is in this kit, and I love this kit. It's it's one of my favorite kits, to be honest. It's the colors and the fact that they're it's a combination of Amy Tangerine's Dear Lizzie, as well as a bunch of, I think, crepe paper. Cute girl. So beautiful. And now I'm just I want to add another strip of pattern paper. I wasn't going to go for that strip of what do you call it, the name, the branding strip, but I thought it was too busy just with the cars going on, etc. And so I am gonna go with this one, which is from Dear Lizzie. Instead, it's kind of muted, almost muted blue, dark blue, pink, yellow, so very good at complementing with the pattern paper, very bold pattern paper on the top there. So I'm just roughly cutting that up using my scissors, and yeah, so I'm happy with it not being super straight. I'm just kind of making sure that the paper or the strips are adhered down well, and then just roughing up the edge using my fingernails there. And so I'm happy with that cluster of pattern paper, and now I want to kind of fold back, kind of add a little bit of, I guess, interest on the top left there. And I recently saw someone, I don't know who, but I've seen a bunch of people kind of fold back their pattern paper, and so I thought I'll try that. But unfortunately, this pattern paper, the top one there, didn't have much going on behind it, so I decided to just add another kind of a strip of pattern paper, which is to kind of add that interest. And so I went with that blue and white polka dot, which is already used on that page, just to kind of add a little bit of kind of coordination there. And now I am going to be using this title plastic piece, which is from the Magic Story Kit from Hollywood's. So just for some of you who do not subscribe or know much about Hollywood's story kit. Every month you get this acrylic piece, which is essentially the name of the kit itself. So if it's a kit called Magic, it's Magic, and you know, if it's a kit called Believe, then it has the word Believe in it, which I really love. And I don't use them straight away, but I keep them in my stash, and they're just beautiful. And once in a while, like, you know, you'll find a way to use it, and it just works so well. Her handwriting is just beautiful. So. And now I'm just kind of going through a bunch of die cut pieces. I want to embellish it using some embellishments just on to add to the left of the photo there. And while I was talking, I also adhered the photo down using some foam dots. Just yeah. And the reason I think I added the foam dots is mainly because I roughed up the pattern paper behind the photo. And I just want to make sure that the kind of the roughness, the dimension remains once after I adhere the photo. And also going to be adding some word phrase, not stickers, but perforated piece here, which is from the Magic Story Kit. And so I picked out 2 strips. Initially I had 2 of them there already, which I think one said Wonderment and the other one said Fantastic. But the length of them are too similar, so I decided to go with a different one. So now it says Wonderment and the Magic of New Beginnings. And now I'm going to be adding some stamp images there using the this new stamp set which I've recently purchased from Aluet's website, and it's called Messy Circles, and I am loving it. So it's such a cute stamp set. I think she still has it on her website just in case you're interested in getting some, but they are so cool. I've been wanting one for a while, but you know, there wasn't I haven't purchased stuff, and I like to buy things in a kind of a round, like, you know, a big batch. So, and I recently had put in an order, and I also got some ink pads as well. So I got the whole pack. So you get 5 ink pads, 5 different colors. And now I'm using 3 of them. And the orange one, as you can see there, is called Tillamook. And the darker green one there is actually called Olympia. And the lightest one is actually called St. Helens. And now I'm just fuzzy cutting the stamp image there, and I'm going to be adding that onto the page. And to be honest, this is essentially the first time I've ever done something like this, and I really like it. I love how different it is, and I love how the stamp set comes with kind of different sizes, like circles, and yeah, it almost gives you a good dimensional kind of thing onto the page. And now I'm just adding another stamp image here, which is the biggest one. It's really, really big. It's almost, I think it was like nearly almost 2 inches. And I'm using the lightest color there, which is called St. Helens. It looks slightly grey there, but it's more I say it's more cream, kind of creamish, very, very, a hint of green, very, very, very fainted kind of green, but very much cream. But it's like, you know, when the first time you stamp it, it looks a little bit more green, and then it faded a little bit and it looks a bit more cream. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. And so I'm going to be adhering that using some foam dots. And yeah, so I bought these foam dots from my local scrapbooking store. I think I got 2 sheets. I have no idea how many of them there are, but because they're so small, you really get a lot out of them. And they're relatively thin, which I love. So, and now I'm just going to be adding some more foam dots on that strip as well, just mainly because those word phrase strips, I kind of they overlap with the photo, so they go on top of the photo. And because I already put some foam dots behind the photo, so that's why I'm adding some foam dots on those strips as well. And I am happy with that at the moment. And now I am going to be, I'm just cleaning up, packing up my stuff and just moving things around, just making sure they sit well. And I'm just going to be adding some, adhering that plastic piece there that says magic using my glossy accent there. And we'll go over the photo a little bit, and it would kind of push the photo down, but that's all good. And I just, I waited for it to dry just a little bit behind the scene, and I adhered that, well actually, I made sure that the plastic piece stay on top by just putting the bottle on top of it just so that it stays there. And then I also added that piece of chipboard, which is from, I think, from the Magic Story kit as well. And now I'm going to be cutting out my journaling. I printed the journaling onto an A5 piece of paper, and I'm just cutting that up. And I printed that on, what did I use? I used Photoshop. If you have Microsoft Word, that will be fine too. But just in case some of you who use Photoshop, I use the 3mm in size one text. And then I'm just cutting up, the excess there, and I'm just going to be adding some, adhering that down, really. And even though I printed journaling in a kind of a consistent line, with all kind of lined up, etc., I decided to make, I made sure that the strips are cut up in a way that they're not all kind of the same length, essentially. So as you can see there, trying to make sure that they all kind of move around a little bit, just to give it a bit of movement, to be honest. Alternatively, you could probably just add the whole journaling onto your page just using the without cutting it. That would be fine too. And now I'm going to be adding the date there. I'm just using the roller date stamp which I've got in my stash, and also the ink which is from Elliot Woods as well, and that's a green one, the darker one, called Olympia. And that is essentially it, you guys. So here's a sketch once again. I'm going to be posting the sketch on my blog, eatscrapbake.wordpress.com once again, just in case you want to download it or you want to see some more of the close-ups. So here's some close-up. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you want YouTube to let you know when my next video comes out, please subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!